perspective on the world.
Oh man.
Time itself is a silence.
We just reached 160% as again, so I gotta spend it. But first, I gotta do something before I do anything else. Taking a very long time to set this up.
It's up to me to decide who I want to be, and to cut my own path. No one can tell me what to do.
Fuck.
Time itself is a silence.
And it doesn't want to work.
If you really like standing around like this, then why don't you just model for me? I'll design some wonderful clothes for you.
Man, I fucking love it when YouTube Studio does that shit. This is a stupid heart, like, hovering on the bottom right of the goddamn, messages. It's so annoying. I can't read shit. Can't pen shit. Nothing. Well, we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and start spin our resin real quick. Well, should I say commissioners? Nah, resin. Resin. Let's do the resin first. Resin. Resin.
Time to go.
Okay. I'll keep it just in case. You never know. One day I will never use it.
Transfix! Watch out! Now disappear! A round of applause!
Well, with us. Coming at ya!
Laid bare!
Coming at ya!
We're already leaving? Jesus. What the hell's going on? Everyone's just getting one at a time. So stupid. Do it yourselves. Just one at a time. Jesus Christ. So annoying. Oops. Hit my mic. Come on, get it going, get it going.
Here comes the finale! And voila! It seems we're both through. Now disappear! A round of applause!
Let the mighty be humble.
And voila! Let's get this show on the road! We shall perish! Now disappear! A round of applause! Step right up. Comes the finale.
Inazuma shines eternal.
And voila!
There is no escape.
Found a few good ones, but it's not the artifacts we're looking for, unfortunately.
Illusion
Now
shattered.
disappear. Let's get this show on the road.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Adorn my night. Here comes the
Illusion
finale.
shattered. Now
And voila!
Inazuma shines eternal. There is no
One
escape.
with wind and cloud. Time to go.
There is no escape.
Here comes the finale. Adorn my night.
Let the mighty be humble.
Nothing good, man. I don't have any more.
And voila. A round of applause. The birds call.
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion.
Wind Strider.
Ooh, that's really good. Oh man, that's really good. That's for Nevelette right there. Or is it Nevelette? I don't remember. That's a really good one though. That's a good one. It has HP percentage. That's gonna go good. Either on Farina or Nevelette. I just forget who got the set. Let me check right now. She does. This will go really good on her. Oh wait, no. She's HP though. Fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that. What artifact was it? Ah, yeah, never mind. It's attack. Ah, whatever. We'll find something.
The birds call.
There is no escape.
Laid bare.
Overrule.
Witness my rise. wanted my full attention, did you? Witness my rise. Overruled.
I have...
Add Astro. Thank you for Add Astro.
Yep, that's all the dailies. Today is Friday, okay. Let's see what we can do with freaking Abyss Spiral. Wait, does Noah has our artifacts actually? No, she does not. I think I want this one. Rejected Belay. This could be really good for Yumiya. I'm just gonna build her only on defense. That's gonna be my final statement right there. Alright, we'll just use it because of the setups. As long as we don't get hit, we have extra 40% normal attack, which is insane.
Leave it up to me. Strike a pose! Dissipate! I'll settle this. Go bishop down! As a dutiful maid would. I must leave no... Shower me with praise! Let my name echo in song! Did with me! Fire hazard! Out of my way! Dissipate! Leave it up to... Fuse is lit! Time to clean up. Time to shine. Our bond is strong. I'll settle this. Fire hazard.
Stabilize.
And step. Illusion shattered.
Laid bare.
Unleash. There is no escape.
Now you're testing my patience. Will. Gather.
Strike is one.
Let's get down to business.
Stand with me. Time for a light show.
To the very...
Strike. Pose. Fuse is lit. Steady as stone. Lightning terrified. Dissipate. Shower me with praise. Fire hazard. Here comes the fireworks. Stand with me. Let the world collide. I must leave no stone. Time for a light show. was a good night show. Fuse is lit! A festive retreat! Let my name echo in song! How dare you!
Stabilize.
And step.
Overrule.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Gather. This is order.
Break a leg! And leap!
Illusion shattered!
Transfixed.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna work. It's too slow. I want to try this.
Shine down! Think you can get away? Yahoo! Boing, boing, boing! Oh, yeah! Blazing delight!
Torn to oblivion! Barbados, guide us.
Time for takeoff. Let's play! Let's play! Dumpty Dumpty Go! Woo! Up! Yeah! Woo!
Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
Think you can get away? Here we go!
That was a lot faster.
Solidify.
Stand with me! Observe! Your grand finale!
Laid bare.
Everlasting as the moon. Overrule.
You are not welcome. I will have order. Stabilize.
A bond is strong! Lightning, Jeremy! Observe! Break a leg!
Laid bare.
That was a lot faster. Yeah, this will do.
Let's get down to business.
Wind, hear me! There is no escape!
Brace yourself!
How's this?
Time for takeoff!
Now you shall perish! Barbados, guide us.
Think you can get away?
Shine down!
La la la. Boing, boing, boing.
Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
Time for takeoff. Let's play.
I swear by my sword!
Go and splash. Blazing delight. La la la. Yes. Woo. Ooh.
Torn to oblivion!
Jumpy, jumpy, go! Think you can get away? Yahoo!
Barbados, guide us. Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
Let's play! Time for takeoff. Boing, boing, boing!
Gather!
Dissipate! And leap!
Transfix!
Out of my way!
Stabilize!
Your grand finale! And leap!
Gather! This is order!
Observe! Our bond is strong! Strike is one, and step. I'll settle this. Dissipate. And leap.
Stabilize!
And step. Your grand finale.
Witness my rise. Go on, transfixed.
Our bond is strong and set.
Gather!
Think you can get away? Brace yourselves. Dare to mess with me? Truth repeats.
Yeah, skyward! Stray cloud converge!
Lynette! Here! Worthless! Worthless! Boring!
You are not welcome here.
Time for takeoff. Yahoo! Ears of the storm.
Got her! Seize the skies!
Evil conquering! Here! Worthless! Let's get down to
Solidify! Order guide you.
And step. Break a leg. Lightning charge!
Laid bare.
This way. And step.
gather!
Your grand finale.
Overrule.
Our bond is strong.
Solidify!
And leap.
Transfixed. Everlasting as the moon. Overrule.
I'll settle this. Stand with me.
Stabilize! This is order!
And leap. Strike is one. We'll see about that.
Yeah, skyward.
Think you can get away? Brace yourself.
Make way for the
Disappear! Here! Worthless! Here! Worthless! Useless!
Too late for regret. Years of the...
skyward. Got her. Seize the skies.
Time for takeoff. Yahoo!
Evil conquering! Worthless! Here!
Dare to mess with me? Have fun with...
Yeah, got her. Skyward.
Here we go. Think you can get away? What a...
Boring!
Make way for the Adeptus.
Gather!
Observe! Our bond is strong.
my rise. Laid bare.
Lightning, Jericho!
Order guide you. Solidify.
Unleash! Break a leg!
Yeah. Transfixed.
Yahoo! Too late for regret. Here's the
Skyward! Got him!
Lament.
useless.
Here. Here. Foreign.
Yeah! Got him! Skyward!
Time for takeoff. Let's play. Truth repeats its course. Dare to match.
Strike cloud converge!
Disappear. Worthless. Useless. Here. Worthless.
Years of the storm.
Yeah! Skyward!
Think you can get away? Yahoo!
Seize the skies!
Lament. Here. Here. Useless.
Have fun with this gift. Time for takeoff.
Skyward!
Evil conquering. Here.
Make way for the Adeptus! Scatter!
The truth repeats its course. Think you can get away? Let's play.
Useless. Here. Lament.
That was close, but we got it.
I will have order.
Strike is one. Unleash. Stand with me. Out of my way.
Overrule. Everlasting as the moon. Laid bare.
Order guide you. Stabilize.
Break a leg. Unleash. Abundance.
This is where you come. Transfixed.
Gather.
And step. Your grand finale. Lightning terrified.
Fuck! We're just doing so good too.
This is order.
Break a leg. Unleash.
Alright, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop doing that. Wasting my seconds right now.
Solidify! Order guide you!
Out of my way! Get... And step. Strike is one.
Go on. Yeah.
Gather!
Yeah. Overrule.
This is order. Solidify!
Break a leg.
Witness my rise. Laid bare.
Lightning terrified.
Order guide you!
Strike is one.
Overrule. Pitiful. This is where you fall.
Rise! Gather!
Our bond is strong. Everyone hold hands. Let's make her a little. The Temple of Wisdom.
Illusion shattered. Insolent. Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape. Ha! Ha! Ha!
God damn it.
Rest and reboot. Make yourselves a move. Roll, roll, roll. Commit to billowing surge. Let's move on. Time for a foot.
Now you shall perish.
This place is a little grow. Allow me. The fuse is lit. The insult shall be punished. This place is a little. Sharing my knowledge. Tap. I see everything. Grow, grow. Covenant of the deep. Mirror images dispersed. Committed to memory.
Illusion shattered.
Lighter, please. Here comes the fireworks. Gotcha. Hold the line. This may turn a little.
There is no escape. Torn to oblivion. Ha! Shine down.
Committed to memory. This may turn a little. The temple of... Rest and rebuild. Billowing surge.
Now you shall perish.
Let my magic begin.
Make yourselves at home.
Savor the show.
Hey! Everyone hold
Which
it.
must go on.
Fire hazard! A festive reprise! Hold the line!
Torn to oblivion. Apologies. Pardon me.
I see everything. Shortest time to flee. Permanence of the deep. Please remain scout.
Illusion shattered.
Allow me. Grow, grow, grow.
Shine down. Now you shall perish. Ha! There is no escape.
Solidify! I will have order!
Dissipate.
Transfix!
Unleash. Your grand finale.
Go on!
Out of my way. Stand with me.
Stabilize!
Observe.
This is order! Solidify!
Our bond is strong.
Witness my rise!
Stabilize!
Observe.
Overruled!
Dissipate. Strike is one.
I will have order!
Stand with me. My name's Jeremy.
Laid bare!
Break a leg.
This is where you fall. Transfixed!
Solidify! This is order!
I'll settle this. Our bond is strong. Your grand finale.
Laid bare! Everlasting as the moon! Transfixed!
Order guide you!
Observe. Dissipate.
Gather!
Overruled!
Share my knowledge.
Pay your dues.
This way, Primo. Hold the line. Here come the fireworks.
Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
Allow me. The Temple of Wisdom. Grow, grow, grow. Billowing surge. Let's move out.
The target practice. That's our way to right the storm!
There is no escape.
Where do you think you're going?
Hey,
Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered.
make yourselves at home. I see everything. Allow me. Turn, bring refuge.
There is no escape.
Fuse is lit. Goldbishop down!
Shine down.
Hey! This leads me hold the line! Billowing surge! The Temple of Wisdom! Everyone hold hands! Committed to...
There is no escape.
Shine my holy proclamation.
Back to the count! Hey!
Hear the truth.
Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
Be with you. Hear ye.
Whoa! Abrashment!
Shall set you free.
Everyone hold hands! Yeah!
The grace be upon
Hold the
you.
line! A co-battle pact!
There is no escape.
Hope, peace, and hope find you.
Hey! Yeah!
Truth shall set you free.
I see everything!
And hope
Illusion shattered.
you free. The power
Can I fucking hit this guy? Thank you. Fuck.
Fire hazard!
unto you. Upon you. The power of revelation.
Don't get frostbite, Chris.
Unleash! Stand with me! Out of my way! Break a leg!
This is where you belong. Transfixed.
Freshness preserved. Chill to the bone. Ow! Oh no!
Stabilize.
Our bond is strong! Observe!
Laid bare.
I will have order.
Gather.
Your grand finale! I'll settle this! Stand with me!
Everlasting as the moon.
The fairy.
Transfixed.
Stabilize.
Unleash! Dissipate!
Order guide you.
Flags up! Strike is one! Lightning terrified!
Overruled.
Our bond is strong!
This is order.
Observe!
Laid bare.
Solidify. I will have order.
Unleash! Break a leg! Stand with me! Out of my way!
Transfixed. Witness my rise. Overruled.
Gather.
Unstep! Dissipate!
Solidify! This is order!
Your grand finale. Observe. I'll settle this. Get with me.
Shine down.
Cleanse
I love it. Time for a light show.
the unholy dross!
Illusion shattered.
One more sin!
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
No!
Share my knowledge. Rest and rebuild. Covenants of the deep. The fuse is lit.
Fight your salvation! I
Minute
need
to memory.
redemption!
Yes.
Repent of your sin!
Illusion shattered. Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
One more sin!
This may turn a little. Grow. Make yourselves a... Here, bring refuge.
Sin must pay!
Here comes the fireworks. Fire hazard.
Fight your salvation! Lies within you! Your atonement has barely begun!
Inazuma shines eternal.
This may turn a little. Allow me. Share my knowledge.
Shine down.
Billowing surge.
One more sin upon your soul!
Time for a light show.
No! Fight your salvation! Righteous retribution!
Hold the line.
Illusion shattered.
Repent of your sin!
Look the ship down.
Torn to oblivion.
Nice. Got them all.
What's a little... thunder when even lightning wouldn't dare strike?
This realm. If you ever... Disrupt this color. Scatter! Final warning! Yeah. Yeah.
Let's check this event real quick. Say if I could just do this next time. Like anytime I want. I don't know if it's one of these where you just do a quest and that's it. But yeah.
Let's go, Tomato.
It's not an event. See. Yeah, it is one. Alright. Test your mind. Where's gonna be... Oh yeah, Lynette. I forgot Lynette. Checks and cacks.
Meow. It's you. 1 second. Now activating chat mode. You made me jump there. I thought they'd finally caught me. Objectively speaking, the trouble was entirely of my own making. Half an hour ago, I was at Hotel de Boer for a drinks reception. It was to celebrate the successful opening of a show, but it was draining my energy. So, I waited for the right moment, then snuck away so I could switch to standby mode. Probably because I'm playing the lead role in the show? Is that so surprising? I'm always getting invitations to do solo performances. I just usually get Linny to write back and turn them down. But then came the Fontanalia Film Festival. We took all the kids from the House of the Hearth out to see a film. And after it finished, they all started clamoring for me to try out acting for some reason. Even Linny was chanting along with them. Anyway, it just so happened that a director called Mary who had sent me an invitation right around then. I'll spare you the details, but basically, I ended up accepting it. Yep, you nailed it. I'm playing the role of a puppet. In fact, the show's called The Lost Puppet, and it's a masked mime show. So, I don't have to do any facial expressions or say any lines. Literally just a series of physical movements. The director says it's a very avant-garde art form. Art is not comprehended by the mind, but felt in the heart. At least, that's what the director says. Anyway, if nothing else, the opening performance seemed to go down well. At the drinks reception, everyone was crowding around me, saying, "Triumphant character portrayal, faithful adaptation of the original work, unequivocally, quintessentially avant-garde," and stuff like that. But being the center of attention is draining. So the moment they left me to go harass the director instead, I was out of there. The other thing is, some weird things happened while I was on the stage. Oh, sorry, Bonnie. I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. My bad. No, we just met. We bumped into each other right after I slipped away. Well, it'd be kind of difficult for us to communicate otherwise. Besides, I think she's taken a liking to the name. Yeah, that's right. Good kitty. We'll go find your owner soon, I promise. Nope. She's wearing a collar, and for the most part, she's pretty well groomed. If she is a stray, she hasn't been for long. Her stomach's been growling a lot. I guess she must have been missing for a few days now. As much as I'd love to hang out with her for a while longer, her owner's probably worried sick about her. But the reception... I should probably show my face there again at some point, even if it's just to make excuses and leave again. Well, I just find it exhausting, thinking through all the different ramifications of different choices and so on. That's more Lenny's area than mine. So, unless it's something really important, I usually just leave the decision-making to him. It's fine. He got Fermine to make me a little something for just this situation. Poof! A phaetometer.
What?
It looks pretty over the top, I know, but it's essentially just a box of cards. He kept the design simple, so it'd be harder to break. The way it works is, I pick a card at random, then look at the number on the card. Well, for example, if the number on the card is 5 or higher, I help Bonnie find her owner. If it's less than 5, I go back to the reception. I just have to believe in the bond between me and my cards, and my fate will reveal itself to me in numerical form. At least... Huh, I didn't like that. Was I using it wrong? Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. I'll have to let Fermine know. Let's see... which card did I go for? Well, the cards fell on the ground though, so I don't think it counts as fate. If you want to get the right answer, you have to let fate decide. Also something Lenny said. So, to put it another way, if picking a card up off the ground is how to not leave it to fate, then that means it must be the wrong answer. Or... why don't you pick a card? Since I ran into you here, that means... our fates are, like, interfering with each other. Thank you. This one is final. Here, take the phaetometer. If it's 5 or above, that means fate successfully changed. Anything lower than 5 is a fail. Also, if you have your own thoughts about what I should do, feel free to share it. Now that I've got a good problem solver here to help, I don't need to run every little thing by fate. All right.
Oh, we're actually gonna play? A 10!
So, we're looking for Bonnie's owner? There's 20 cards in total, numbered 1 to 20. So there's only a 1 in 5 chance of drawing less than a 5. I should also mention, this time the cutoff was 5, but I just set that to wherever I feel like. To put it in perspective, I said I'd only do the show if I drew a 1. I think I'll go to the Steambird and see about putting an ad in the paper. You wanna come along?
Cool. Bait counter.
Every stupendous day starts with a Steambird. I don't think so.
Yep. If there's no commission to follow up on, could we post a notice about the...
Why, of course. What a kind thing to do.
Well, we've registered you as missing. You can stay at my place until your owner finds... Also, I just wanted to say... thanks. Well, I should probably head back to the drinks reception. Hopefully most of the people have left. If you've got some time, you should stop by my place tomorrow to see Bonnie. There's a nice cup of tea in it for you. Alright, see you then.
I believe this cat belongs to me.
I already told you, this isn't your cat.
Just take a breather, you two. Oh, you're here. As you can probably see, you'll have to take a rain check on that tea I promised you.
This is my friend's cat. He's preoccupied with some important business.
No. It's far more likely this cat escaped from the Humane Society.
That's the name I've given her in the mean... Well, this complicates things.
I told you before. This is my friend's cat.
Listen, I'm the director of the Humane Society, okay? We've got so many strays, dogs, cats, you name it. I'm not even the one feeding them most of the time. You can hardly expect the cat to recognize me. She just looked somewhat familiar, so I came to check. If she turns out to be one of ours, I'll take her back. Simple as that. Even if that's not the case, the Humane Society could still take her in, if no one else comes to claim her, that is. We're an organization that specializes in rescuing and sheltering stray animals. We've been in business for several decades now. I'm Bernard, the current director.
The Humane Society. Huh. The name sounds...
Yes, that's the one. Anyway, if it's not too much trouble, could I possibly take a... If it turns out I really am mistaken, I suppose that means the cat belongs to this lady here. She would be the only
It belongs to my friend.
Go on, Bonnie.
Oh, nope. Looks like I was mistaken. They do look similar, but there's an ever so slight difference in this one's fur color. Well, I suppose this means I still have a missing cat to search for.
Oh, wait a second.
You lied? I'm afraid.
A liar always has a tell. The look in their eyes, their breathing pattern, the way they hold themselves. The things that can give you away are often more...
What are you talking about? The way I see it, you're conflating baseless
Normally, when someone is called out, their breathing speeds up as they begin to panic. But if you're a bad guy, I'm sure you'll take off running the first chance you get.
And you're basing...
Intuition.
Intuition? You're right. I'm a member of the Guards. The name's Elodie. I'm currently investigating a cross-border smuggling case. This cat here... Bonnie was her name? Well, her owner is one of... A couple of days ago, our suspect got... I just so happened to stumble upon your notice in the Steambird. So, I decided to see if he'd come back for her. But the impact of this case has been huge. The Marechaussee Phantom, the Guards, and the Special Patrol, a new kind of illegal drug. Imitation synth. We confiscated all the synth on the market, but addiction isn't something that goes away overnight. Even without substances on the market, people are still looking for a way to get them, and criminals are all too eager to capitalize on that addiction. That was the impetus for Imitation Synth. After the original synth debacle, we put several measures into place to prevent similar incidents from occurring. The perpetrators got smart, though, and shifted their sales overseas. We only recently got word of the presence of Imitation Synth overseas. We managed to track down The Marechaussee Phantom launched an investigation to track down every person in Fontaine capable of producing a drug like that. That's how he's a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute. His name is Pierre.
Lefebvre.
The Marechaussee Phantom found him in Poisson. In addition to the cat, he also had a pendant with him. At first, there wasn't much cause for suspicion. A search of his house didn't reveal much to go off of either. The Marechaussee Phantom very nearly left. It was only later that we realized the coat of arms on his pendant belonged to none other than the Lefebvre family. One of the most infamous Obviously, this discovery prompted a further investigation into Pierre. At that point, however, we discovered that he'd already fled. Now the Guards and the Special Patrol are all searching for him.
That's not possible, actually. The Lefebvre family.
Exactly. Many years ago, several important members of the family, including the Patriarch, were murdered by an assassin of unknown origin. From that point on, the family's power and influence took quite the hit. The family is engaged in all manner of crimes. As you can imagine, there's no shortage of people waiting in the wings to take their revenge. And with the family severely weakened, they were able to do just that. Most of the remaining family members succumbed to sickness or hunger. The ones that survived are currently living out their days under a new identity. Pierre is one of those very survivors. He's been hiding away in the Fontaine Research Institute all these years. His true identity... Well, my fellow guards have told me all about how smart and courageous you both are. There could be a chance that Pierre, or one of his accomplices, might attempt to get close to Bonnie. Now that you've been briefed on the situation, if I take Bonnie back to the Guards with me, there's no way Pierre will try and come for her. Not even the most daring of criminals would attempt something. I have to admit, I'm not holding out too much hope that Pierre will come back for her. But if there's even the slightest... Well, I've got some other leads to...
It's just... the head of the Lefebvre family. He was the eminent person who kidnapped me all those years ago. It was at a dinner party. Someone tricked me into boarding the Lefebvre family carriage. Whoever it was, they took me back to their home. But before anything worse could happen, Father intervened. Yep.
Oh!
Father was the one who orchestrated the fall of the Lefebvre
Oh,
family.
yeah, it makes all sense now.
That's what led Lenny and I to join the House of the Hearth.
The father was the assassination. Alright, I forget about that.
Years, I never thought I'd hear the Lefebvre name again. Don't worry about me. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. He's been acting strange recently. He avoids me for days on end, consumes himself with some secret investigation, and then out of the blue pushes me to do that acting job. Thinking about it now, it's almost like the one I drew from that deck of cards was part of his plan all along. He must have asked Fremine to help him out. In any case, I know he's hiding something from me. He's really pulled out all the stops this time. It's very possible I'm sure he tried to send me away because he was afraid it would bring up some painful memories for me. Even after all these years, he still is over. You'll have to help me teach him a lesson if we run into him along the way. Yep. I want to head to the Fontaine Research Institute to learn more information about Pierre. Just let me activate a little bit of both, perhaps. For the most part, though, I just have the sense that something's not right. Something isn't adding up about Pierre's story. Okay, I'll write a letter explaining everything to the crew. Once that's done...
Lynette, you're, not...
You can drop the act, brother. In fact, I don't think either of us will have a need for acting anytime soon. You should know better than to try and keep something from me.
And that's why I tried to distract you with the masked mime show.
Care to introduce us to your new assistant?
Sup,
This
Scary
is
Gamer?
Officer Shovras, captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. You may have met her already.
Nice to see you. I should clarify something. Mr. Linney's here at my invitation, not the other way around. To borrow your expression, Miss Lynette, I suppose that would make him my assistant more than anything. We've brought on Mr. Linney as a
Coding?
consultant
What do you mean
in
coding?
the past. He was instrumental in helping us crack a case involving a perpetrator who
That's
used
codes,
magic tricks
not
to
coding.
commit crimes. I was hoping he'd be able to provide some valuable insight this time around as well.
So you've...
That's exactly why we're here. There's always been questions surrounding the fall of the Lefebvre family. Some people even believe the House of the Hearth was involved. Whoever was behind it all was extremely cautious. They didn't leave a shred of evidence. This
There
very
are.
fact, however, leads me to believe it was indeed the work of that Harbinger.
There's 3 codes and you get 300 Primo gems off of it.
I took a look at the entrance and exit records of all the carriages that night. Let's just say it wasn't hard to deduce that there's ill will between you two. Don't worry, I don't have any evidence to that effect, and I certainly don't plan on going to bat for such a despicable family. Plus, you were victims back then more than any. I sought Mr. Linney's help with the smuggling case. Nothing more. The way I look at it, it's a collaboration between us as people, not the organizations we represent. Besides, by working together, we can... Not at all. I was planning to invite you from the very beginning, Miss Lynette. It's just that my assistant here raised some objections.
Linny, I'm not the same person. That little girl who did nothing but cower in the corner in fear. She doesn't...
I'm sorry, Lynette. You're right. I let my concerns get the better of me.
Okay,
Oh,
over to
and the
Summer.
next time you want to distract me, you should try a different approach.
Who's this? You pick up a stray while I was gone?
It's a bit complicated. I'll explain.
Well, if there are no objections, then I suppose the only thing left to say is... Lynette?
It appears the Lefebvre family was very particular in their use of insignias, and the family would use different emblems to mark differences in status, blood relation, and the like. In fact, the insignia that was discovered on the pendant was used to represent an illegitimate child.
It's highly likely. That very status might have been what allowed him to emerge from the fall of his family relatively unscathed. It would also explain why he was able to assume a new identity as a researcher with relative ease.
We discovered something interesting, though. After talking to some of his co-workers, it appears he pretty much works at the Institute in name only. He's practically been cast out.
Apparently, Pierre was once addicted to synth. He tried to use the resources at the Institute to create a substance with a similar effect. He claimed it was just for research purposes, but the Institute revoked his access to the relevant materials regardless. He was placed on disciplinary leave, pending a thorough investigation of his but it seems the Institute ran into some trouble along the way. Could have been a lack of personnel or a timing issue. In any case, they had to table their formal investigation into Pierre. As for his family background, it appears none of his co-workers at the Institute were aware of that information. All they could tell us was that he was quite the recluse. Other than the pendant, we didn't find anything else of note at his residence in Poisson. Based on the samples of imitation synth we've been able to analyze, it appears the substance leaves behind strong traces wherever it's produced or stored. Those traces might not be obvious to the casual observer, but they're not something our guard poodles would miss. Pierre's home, though, came up completely clean. We didn't find any records indicating possible involvement in overseas transactions either. So, the Marechaussee Phantom didn't view him as a major suspect at first.
Maybe he had a separate, dedicated area where...
Well, his neighbors did say he was often gone for long stretches of time. You would think with him out and about so much, people would have spotted him around Poisson, but residents said they barely ever saw him in town. If his reclusive nature was just a matter of keeping a low profile, I guess it would make sense for him to have a secret base to carry out his business.
After he disappeared, the guards conducted a thorough search of Poisson, but they didn't come across any suspicious locations.
Poisson. You know Hotel de Boer, where I first found Bonnie? To get there from Poisson, you have to cross a stretch of ocean. It's not somewhere a cat could just wander off on its own.
A cat?
Bonnie is Pierre's cat.
Oh, that's right! When the Marechaussee Phantom first tracked him down, I remember there being something about a cat in their report.
From what we've learned about Pierre's habits, he doesn't seem like the type to venture out without a purpose. So what you're saying, Lynette, is that Bonnie couldn't have gone missing in Poisson. If that's true, then...
Exactly. Bonnie might even know where it is.
Wait, you think the cat can lead us there? But she's not trained like one of our guard poodles. How is she supposed to understand what we want?
Guess she's a little skittish around strangers. Meow. Near the coast, the beach, and beneath the cliffs. The place we're looking for is most likely north of the Court of Fontaine.
Well, I've certainly never taken a witness statement like this before.
Well, if it works out, maybe it's something worth getting used to.
Cats and humans are actually pretty alike. When it comes to communication, most of what we want to convey can be accomplished through body language alone. But humans tend to rely too much on speech to ever take advantage of that fact. Of course, body language has its limitations. You're not going to be able to get across anything too...
The important thing is that we now have a lead. Let's try and find a place that matches the clues.
Seems like Bonnie is trying to take us somewhere. Gardamex ahead.
Look out!
Drop your weapons! You asked for it!
Go on, lay bare.
I am the cutting edge of fashion. Ha! Stop right there!
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance is due. Guilty. You stand condemned. Guilty. You stand condemned. Guilty.
Drop your weapons! Justice will prevail! Overruled!
Wow, Lynette, you found this place so easily. If I thought there was any chance you'd say yes, I'd recruit you into the special patrol.
Sounds familiar. I pretty much receive letters daily from people trying to...
Let's just focus on our search.
Aha! Just as we thought. This is where the imitation synth was being made. Looks like he's got more than just imitation synths stashed around here. In addition to the raw materials needed to synthesize the substance itself, there's a large quantity of cleaning agents, and a few... These cleaning agents are likely used to dispel traces of the substance. The Special Patrol did some digging into imitation synth. Our records indicate that it's very difficult for ordinary people to detect traces left behind by this. It must have taken a considerable amount of time and skill to ensure all those traces get washed away. But what are these other drugs for?
Moonshine.
The material these bags are made of. It's the very same, actually. Romaritime flower fiber. But there's something special about the composition of these bags. I took a closer look, and it appears they're not only waterproof, but also corrosion and leak resistant. Even the strings look specially designed to keep the bags closed nice and tight. I came across some bags made of the same material just now, but they were much smaller and thinner. From the look of them, they seemed far less durable as well. Very similar, actually. Normally, it would be easy for a guard poodle to sniff out the imitation synth, but if it was sealed away in a bag like that, it might be possible to elude detection. But what could these big bags be for then? If the goal is to keep the imitation synth hidden and sealed away, these bags seem a bit too conspicuous.
When the Marechaussee Phantom searched Pierre's house, there was no sign of these barrels, right? You're right. That doesn't seem like his way of doing things.
It's 100 Primo gems for the game, like 100 Primo gems. That's what the codes are for. There's 3 codes, and then you get 300 Primo gems in total, plus some extra stuff.
Only the lower halves of the barrels appear to have been submerged in water.
Yeah, pretty much now. You bet it. It's only for today, so 16 hours. Have you watched
Based on the various ingredients we found, this appears to be where
the
Pierre
update
was
from
cooking
Genshin
up his
Impact?
imitation synth. It looks like he used a special cleaning agent to get rid of any residual traces of the substance on his person before he left.
I forget what it's
That's
called.
how he was able to get past the guard poodles.
Special announcements? I don't know. Special program. Yeah, that's what it is. Special program.
So then he transferred the imitation synth into small sealed bags and took it somewhere else for
They're
the
not
drop-off.
expired. It's just today. You better put them in now.
No. I don't believe our suspect is the kind of person who'd go around carrying incriminating evidence with him. That would potentially create too many eyewitnesses.
12 hours left.
The cleaning agent and the sealed bags might get past the guard poodles. But if a member
The special
of the
program
public
just
or
came
even
out
a
like
guard on patrol
3 hours
happened to
ago,
see him
maybe
during the
4.
drop-off, a quick search would reveal everything.
The codes
That's
last for
still a
16
very
hours
risky
each,
operation.
so you better do it now, so you don't forget later.
The barrels we found were wet around the base, but the top half was dry. As if they'd been standing upright in the water.
Yeah. Like I said, it's
If
just
you
for
put a
today,
barrel in the water,
so...
it will normally float on its side. Unless it's heavily loaded, in which case it'll sink.
Yes. With flotation rings around the body of the barrels, they'd stay upright in the water. And then he could afford to load them more fully.
You think he used floating barrels? I suppose if he acted at night, when there are very few other boats around and visibility is low, it's a valid theory. We can't...
But then, wouldn't the barrels be carried off by the waves or the currents? How would the person doing the pickup know where to look?
Traveler, can you come take a dip in the sea with me? I have a feeling that somewhere down there, we might find some rope. If a rope can be used to keep a pet from running away...
You saving up for seizuring? Hell yeah, man. I heard seizuring kit is not that great. That's what people were saying, but that was before the special program. Now that we have her kit, like know exactly what she does, maybe opinions would be changing.
The wreckage of a small boat? This isn't the place. This isn't the place.
Well, what are we looking at, huh? Oh shit. Ow. Seriously, what am I looking for? Not seizuring Farina? How do you mix those two names up? So you're saying you're saving up for Farina, not seizuring? Because if you are, yeah, a good choice, because Farina is definitely worth it, for sure. She could do a lot of shit. A lot of stuff. And plus, she's an Archon in my heart, so I believe she's an Archon still. Yeah, I know. You're both? Oh, okay, whatever then. I'm looking for clues, and there's no clues around here. What are you talking about? Come on now. Fuck, why is there not a boss? There was two of them for a second. Screw it. Just fight this guy and see what happens. Come on, boy. 2 more. $200 XP for doing that. Interesting. Oh my god, that's a lot. I should be farming these guys if I'm gonna get that much. I think I'm stuck. I don't know what's going on. What's happening here? I feel like there's like a cave like way below, something like that. That's what I wanted to check out at first, until I had to fight those guys. Nah, it won't. It's nothing below. What am I missing, dude? This happened before, but I realized it was just me. It was just me wasting time because I didn't know I was supposed to do this. I don't know if it's one of another situation like this. Try something. There we go, it reset it to see if anything happens now.
This isn't the place. This isn't the place. The wreckage of a small boat?
It has to be another one of those situations where I'm supposed to fight something. Like, something's supposed to happen. Something's supposed to happen. I already fought the big boss, nothing happened. Are you the reason that I did this? Maybe? I don't know. Wreckage of a small boat. Is there more? Oh, here we go. Yeah, it needed to fix this up. That was not there before. I swear, that was not there before. It would have told me that it would like zoom in into that if I was near it, and I was near it.
Time to go up and report.
Such bullshit.
As expected, we found a few pieces of rope and some anchoring stones underwater. If you attach them to a floating barrel, it would look like this. With this anchoring system, it would be possible to use floating barrels for the drop-off. We also came across the wreckage of a small boat. It must have been left out on the water and capsized due to the force of the wind and waves. Its small size, however, would have made it perfect for staying undetected.
Let's talk this through. Based on the evidence we've collected, it seems like Pierre would row a small boat out to the agreed-upon transfer point, drop off the barrels, leave, and then
You
row
got
back
you got to
and
free
retrieve them
Lynette
after the
though at
transfer
rank
was
25.
complete.
Remember? We all do.
It could be that he was trying to avoid meeting up with his associate face to face. As one of the sole survivors of the Lefebvre family, maybe he was just used to that sort of elusive lifestyle.
Oh yeah, it's for the special program. Everyone knows that that plays Genshin. There's a new update, and this update is gonna be finally the biggest lore we've ever gotten to the Traveler story. We're gonna see the sister again, and we're gonna see Dinglef again. Finally, we're gonna get some lore for the Traveler's sibling now. Finally. Got you on your own? Oh, okay.
It seems like Pierre deliberately chose the floating barrel method so that the goods could be dropped off and picked up at separate times. That way, the two parties wouldn't have to meet each other.
Well, if that's the case, they must not have a very close working relationship.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. It's possible they were just trying to keep a low profile. Two boats sailing to the same location at once could be too conspicuous. The most important thing is that we can now confirm Pierre wasn't acting alone. The floating barrel drop-off system is proof enough of that. Let's say for now that he was only in charge of producing the imitation synth. That would mean there has to be at least one other person involved in the operation, likely in charge of transporting the goods across the border.
Since we've determined that the goods were transported by boat, maybe we can track down some travel logs or something.
We can certainly check the various ports for that information. It's possible, however, that Pierre's associate also used a small boat for the transport, and docked along the shore rather than at a large port. If that's the case, it's unlikely there would be any record left behind. Absolutely. Before Pierre disappeared, we made sure to investigate all sorts of outward-bound vessels. We also had port authorities keep a lookout for anything suspicious. Unfortunately, we were never able to find out how they managed to get the imitation synth across the border. You're right. Whatever vessel was used for the pickup, the person responsible for smuggling the substance out of Fontaine would have had to use a larger vessel for the actual transport. That's the only way they would be able to smuggle on a large enough scale to make a profit. They must have found a way to disguise the imitation synth to clear port inspections. Exactly. We can't let any opportunities slip through the cracks. Although, given the amount of ports that could be involved, we should probably split up.
I'll run home and ask some of my brothers and sisters to try and dig up some information.
I should also head back and update my platoon on our progress. I'll grab some reinforcements while I'm at it. Lynette, Traveler, why don't you head to Lumiduce Harbor?
All right. Come on, Bonnie. You...
Oh, Lynette, Traveler. And Bonnie, too.
Did something happen?
Oh. I see. I'm in charge of guarding the port. You mentioned you were after some travelogues, right? I can go...
Looks like I've got another hard day of work ahead of me. No, not usually. It's this incident that happened recently. Before that, everything was normal. All we had to do was confiscate anything suspicious and we could call it a day. Pretty simple. But things are much more complicated now. We somehow let suspicious cargo pass through the port undetected. Not even our guard poodles were able to sniff it out. Even worse, we still don't know how the perpetrator was able to conceal the goods so well.
By suspicious cargo, do you mean imitation synth?
Yep. However, prohibited substances are just one example. We confiscate all sorts of contraband during the course of our inspections.
So what happens to the goods you confiscate?
Oh, we keep them in a storage locker. If they turn out to be something particularly dubious, we'll turn them over to the Maison Orderly. If the goods are only slightly suspicious but could otherwise be harmless, like raw materials that could potentially be used to create contraband, we return them to the ship they were confiscated from, instead of letting them pass through the port.
Sorry for the wait. These are the travel logs for all the recent activity at the port.
Oh, you brought Gerard with you.
Actually, he followed me here himself. It's like he smells something on me. Huh. I wonder why Gerard is reacting to you two so strongly.
Huh? We were so careful not to touch it, but we still ended up with traces on us. If it leaves a residue so easily, I just don't understand how the culprit was able to disguise.
Why don't you have a look at the travel logs first? All ships coming in and out of the port are recorded here, except for the ones the port authorities...
The Humane Society.
It's right under our noses the entire time.
Their name is all over the exit logs. The purpose for leaving is always listed as...
the director of the organization explained that, actually. He said a lot of the cat and dog breeds unique to Fontaine are also very popular overseas. So, his organization offers an overseas adoption program.
Bernard, the director of the Humane Society, was the man who came looking... Have you figured it out too, Traveler? When Bernard asked to take a closer look at Bonnie, he was actually checking whether there was any imitation synth in her stomach.
Wait, what?
The sealed bags we found at the secret base. They were specially made to be corrosion resistant. And there were gaps around the lids of the barrels, and airbags were used to keep them upright in the water. Those drug shivers found at the secret base. She most likely didn't recognize them because they're not used on human beings. It's an anesthetic used on pets. The perpetrator must have given it to the animals. Pierre must have made the animals swallow the sealed bags full of imitation synth at his secret base. Then he stuffed them into floating barrels and left the rest to Bernard.
The sealed bags combined with an animal's body odor would certainly be enough to mask the scent.
During our inspections, we would have never thought to inspect the bellies of those animals for anything suspicious. Even if we tried to feel around for something, I'm sure it would be difficult to detect.
Exactly. I bet Bernard even transported animals with synth in their stomach alongside ones without. That way, it would be even harder to say with certainty that something was amiss.
Damn, they're using animals to smuggle drugs.
She's probably in the clear. Otherwise, Bernard would have never left without her. I'm guessing he didn't know whether Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth before he fled. Just imagine. He sees the notice we put in the Steambird, and it turns out that one of the very cats he gave to Pierre for the smuggling operation is out in the open, roaming the... If Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth, then Bonnie would practically be living proof of their crimes.
So, that's why he came to find you and insisted on taking a closer look at the cat.
Wait a second, I'm a little lost here. I get the part about if you've got something as convenient as a floating barrel...
In order to make sure the animals could swallow the sealed bags, they made them extremely thin. Had they not done that, the animals would have likely bitten or chewed through them. That step would have required a lot of energy, as well as a certain amount of technical expertise. So, it was better left to the more experienced Pierre. We've already proven how easy it is to pick up trace amounts of imitation synth, so I'm sure Bernard was taking all the precautions he could to avoid the same
Okay. Then, let's head to the Humane Society right away and bring that guy to justice. I'll bring a Gardamek to... The headquarters of the Humane Society should be somewhere around here.
Ah, here are the people from earlier. Wait.
After him! We can't let him get away!
Whoops. What the fuck is this helping? Get him, Gardamek! Get him!
Give it up, Bernard.
Mercy. Have mercy. I'll...
The Humane Society has done so much good over the years, and yet you have committed such an atrocious...
Look, I didn't have a choice.
No one asked. Tell me, how did you first get to know Pierre?
Well, after I took over the Humane Society, it gradually became harder and harder to maintain its operations. Until one day, someone suddenly... It said that I could stand to get a large sum of money as long as I helped them to transport some animals abroad. It was only after a few such transports that I finally understood what I was really... But then, Pierre wrote to me, saying that we were already partners in crime and that I better keep cooperating with him if I didn't...
You knew it from the very beginning, didn't you? The reason why you had to go...
I'd suggest that you confess everything right now if you don't want to add anything.
Yes, officer. I would order wooden barrels and flip. And a few days after that, that guy
Could've been
Pierre,
careless.
he was running the Look, I don't...
And when did he send his final letter?
Just last night, he said that the Maréchaussée Phantom is now after him, so he's planning to go into hiding for some time. He didn't mention where he's thinking about going, though, but he did tell me to look out.
It's been a few days since Pierre's last appearance. I'd wager that he sent that letter after he found his hiding spot.
I burned them.
Sure sounds like you're trying to use the lack of witnesses or evidence to pin...
No, I swear, this time I'm only...
Well, we can check the truth of your statement.
I know, I swear.
My thanks to you.
Bonnie help.
And it looks like she's grown quite fond of you too.
You're gonna keep it, Lynette? I have one too. I can't keep this.
It was that obvious, huh? Well, even though it didn't feel like Bernard was lying, after talking to him, I'm getting an even stronger sense that something... We investigated so quickly that perhaps we've missed a thing or two along the way. Let me activate deduction mode and consider things again. Is there still anything unresolved? Well, we've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the trafficking. Yeah, according to Bernard, Pierre also... Bernard claims to have received a letter last... If Bonnie had imitation synth in her body, then she was a liability that had to... And thinking about it, could it be that the person who wrote the letter also knew nothing about Bonnie's whereabouts? The Maréchaussée... There's no need to rush.
Now behave.
That hurt.
Is there something else you need from me, traveler?
Huh?
I see. It all
Hey, what are you talking about?
because he has been kept in the dark all along. And I assume it's the same with Pierre. That never quite added up for me. Why did Pierre feel compelled to return to his home with Bonnie and the pendant, and make them so easy to find? Both of these things are in stark contrast to his usual meticulous, and he probably received the following instruction. Unbeknownst to him, however, the third person who wrote that letter to him had long decided to sacrifice.
What? You can't be serious. There was a...
If you focus only on Bernard's testimony, it's easy to believe that only Bernard and Pierre were working together. The case appeared extremely simple. Bernard...
Wait.
Yep, which is why the third person made sure that Pierre would never be found again. Once they had instructed Pierre to expose himself, the third person wrote to Pierre again, suggesting that everything had been taken care of, and he should take Bonnie and safely return to his base. Of course, Pierre's disappearance at such a sensitive time immediately made him a prime suspect. Knowing that Bonnie had last been seen with him, all the third person would have to do from that point on would be to lead the Phantom to investigate the Humane Society, and get Bernard to confess the truth.
Wait, so you're saying that the letter I received yesterday, the one that made me think Pierre was still alive...
Is that what happened?
Chevra said that assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. Someone among us, however, has been feeding us all kinds of preconceived notions ever since our first... They suggested that Pierre's disappearance was an attempt to escape the judgment of the law, and that Pierre was a scion of the Lefebvre family. But if the disappearance is truly just a cover-up for a murder, then couldn't the true scion have been an illegitimate daughter? Rather...
Huh?
Haven't you taken this joke a bit too far? You're right. I did let a lot of assumptions get to my head when I first started.
You deliberately fed us lies, but even you could not control every last detail of your plan. Getting the
So it was her too?
Phantom to notice Pierre was only the first part of your plan, and you couldn't predict what they might possibly find, if given enough. As someone accustomed to acting from once the Phantom it wouldn't be long until the Phantom would figure out exactly. It was probably during your ambush of Pierre. You didn't even have the time to check. Still, you soon found another opportunity. Before long, Bonnie had made her way. Like Bernard, you desperately wanted to confirm the contents of her stomach, so you hurried to... While investigating the suspect's cat, Bonnie had managed to escape before Pierre. You manipulated the Traveler and I to help you identify Bernard as a key suspect. You used the Lefebvre name as...
So, what you're saying is, I went to all that trouble just for...
Of course, you did far more than that. Just now, at you even highlighted the Society's activities during... Moreover, the logs contain...
And what are you trying to suggest?
I am insinuating that you had plenty of opportunities to transfer the raw materials for... And that's how neither the trafficker... Pierre manufactured, having received...
This is long.
I never put two in...
So what do you think she's going to say next?
But do you have any
It appears that it's quite easy to predict what you'll think or say. Then if we apply that to this case, you know very well that this case will not end until Pierre is found. So you will have him commit suicide out of fear and shame to end the That way, you can also pin the blame for the overseas smuggling activities, the theft of the harbor's confiscated raw material, but you still want it to appear as if he had said to do that. The location would ideally allow you to... There are only so many, especially since...
How absurd. And on what grounds will you order my arrest? Don't think...
Elodie Luffet as the captain of the Special Security and
That's right. We received a message from Lumiduce Harbor that you were going to investigate the Humane Society. We didn't expect to run into you at such a critical...
While at the harbor, we noticed something else extremely interesting. Apparently, you often used all kinds of excuses to swap your... And if one were to match the times of your shifts to the activities of the Humane Society...
Yes, I'm sure you have already thought of a dozen different ways to explain away the suspicious activities. But as far as evidence goes...
Don't worry. If it turns out that the guards are still unable to find any evidence after all this, Lynette and I will do everything in our power...
Although judging by her reaction, I assume no follow-up...
The Lefebvres were infamous for using disguise and
Judging from the timeline,
Not only that, you brutal...
So you played me like a fool after all?
They were worthless scum. I lost all my... I had to... Do you...
I don't, and neither do I care.
Are you...
Elodie, you're the only one still living under the shadow.
That's enough. Keep your hand...
What a joke. What a joke! Hey!
What's that?
Know what this is? I've secretly planted loads, whether they're cats, dogs, or just unlucky human employees. Surely, you but...
I like how this music is just like all fucking.
That's enough! I have nothing left to say to any of...
Not good. She's trying to escape. We need to end this fight as soon as possible. This is where you fall. Transfixed.
Busted so quickly, huh? Good...
Phew. So I was right after all. It's easier to deal with the person causing the problem. This is it. Looks like it's just a toy.
Guess that's probably why she suddenly flipped and knocked out Bernard. He probably knew that there were no explosives at the Society.
Well, given that she never even showed her face to Bernard and Pierre, I had my doubts that she'd have...
Thank you for your help, everyone. I'll take them back for thorough...
if statements are all you need, I still need to go back and explain some things to the crew. A lot has happened since then. I'm referring to when I invited you over for some tea, and also just once I'm done talking with the troupe, I'll take Bonnie home and make a nice... Black tea and a cute kitty. Want some? I see she's already starting to snuggle up to you. Not at all. Information is indeed very important. But if you were to try to collect... Plus, if you just think about it. What sounds... Great answer. Had we not run into that case, we could have spent the entire day like this. But now, I'm running low on both time and energy. You're right. I can sense it. I'm recharging very quickly at the moment. Something about her rubbed me the wrong way since the very beginning. But to be more precise, it was probably around the time when I saw Bonnie try to get away from her. Elodie tried to get close, but Bonnie deliberately dodged her. Maybe Bonnie had tried to evade her, but not everyone who likes cats is a good person. Humans tend to overthink that she took a liking to you the moment you met her.
Cool. How many times do I gotta do that? 1 out of 5? Jesus Christ. Damn, I could have ended it right there because we would have been stuck the entire time. We chose the longest one possible. Alright, screw it. Alright, I'm out of here. Peace.